Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here. Now, yesterday we worked with the Big Cat Etched Die set, and today, as promised, we're going to work with the Big Pug Etched Die set. And we're also going to use the Cat and Pug Accessories die set from Spellbinders. And so we're just going to have some fun. This is another really big die, so we're going to need another 5x7 card. So we're kind of deviating from our A2 cards and making some 5x7. And it's kind of fun because you've got more landscape. And I've just taken some reddish colored cardstock that I picked up at Michael's on sale. And I am going to just glue it down. And I did use one of my Spellbinders embossing folders on this just to add some dimension to my background panel. And so I'm just getting my glue laid down on there. I'll lay it down on my card base, and I'm going to bring in some pattern paper as well. I just decided to go ahead and build my card base first and then start assembling my pug. So I'm trying to get this lined up on there right. I kind of have it crooked, so I'm just going to have to work on it. And I'm really fussing with it. So we got that pressed down. And I'm going to bring in this candy cane pattern paper. Now this was a 6x6 paper pad that I picked up from Hobby Lobby yesterday when I was shopping, and I thought it would be fun to make another Christmas card because I am working on my Christmas cards in July. So we've got our base ready. So let's bring in our shadow for our pug dog. And I've just used some cream colored cardstock here. And I'm going to use my antique linen and just kind of add some dimension to it, some shadowing. These pugs are real wrinkly and they have some shadow from their wrinkly skin and everything. So I thought it'd be nice to just bring in kind of a similar tone that would just add a little bit of a darker cast to some of the areas and just give a little bit more dimension to our pug. So I'm just kind of working, I'm trying to really work in those etched areas to see if I can get them to be a little bit darker. And I've got the head of the pug, and this cardstock I'm working with is a little bit less, it's not as heavy as the cardstock that I normally work with, so you've noticed I might bend it a little bit, but there's a lot of layering on these pugs, or these big dies, the etched series, so it won't matter. I'll get it to glued up nicely and lay down flat. Now this is the one leg of the pug that I'm inking up now, and I think I've got everything blended at this point. So I'm going to put my antique linen away, clean off my desk, and then we'll begin assembling. And I just use, got a little spray bottle with alcohol in it, and I just spray it down and wipe it off real quick and just try to keep everything nice and clean. So I've got my pieces here, and you can see the large body area will just fit on there. And I'm just kind of lining it up. It's going to have a little shadow edge around it. And I'm looking at the leg on the left side, and then you can see the leg behind it. And there was a little die that I wasn't sure what it was for. And I realized as soon as I laid that down that there's like a paw for that left side. There's just a little paw die. And so I'm going to get it, and I'm going to die cut out with that. I had kept looking at that die trying to decide what it was for, and then as soon as I laid it down on there I knew. So I'm just going to ink blend it up as well, and then we'll have that piece. So I'm going to just start, there were some little die cut, tiny little pieces there that I needed to pull out, and I'm just going to get this glued down, and we'll lay it down on the shadow of our big pug die cut. And I'm just lining it up with a little bit of an edge around there. And I'm going to bring in that paw, and it's just a tiny little piece. So I'm going to grab my tweezers, if I can find them on my desk, so that I can tuck it right up in there. And then we'll get the other leg and get it glued down as well. And we'll just tuck it on the right side, and that'll be the back hind leg for the pug. Just get it fit in there. And now I'm just going to blend some more. I'm still trying to get like in those etched areas to really kind of enhance the little wrinkles on my little pug. Now I've got this tray here that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I've got all the elements die cut out for the face of the pug. Now there are two different mouths, kind of mouth areas. This one is more of the kind of the droopy mouth, and then there's a smiley mouth, and I will show you that later. And I've got the tongue there and the bottom lip. The pugs really have, black lips and mouth and ears. And while I'm working on this big pug die, I've got two dogs that are jingling around here. So if you hear their chains, they're jingling around and climbing on my lap. They are lap dogs for sure. They're just little miniature schnauzers. Okay, so I'm just getting everything laid down on there. And there's good etching on that cream-colored panel so that you can see where to put the lip and where to put the saggy mouth. And I've got the tongue here that I've just die cut out in a light pink. And it's got some good etching on it too, to where it looks like the tongue has like a little indentation in it. And then I'm going to lay the droopy mouth and on its base. Now the smiley mouth has a different base and a different, what you would cut out in black. Now this is the little nostrils, and there is a really good etched place on that droopy mouth for these nostrils. Try and show it to you there. And you can just get it laid down, right down in there, and it adds some cute little dimension for the nose of the pug. And then you get the little tongue with a little etched piece there. And now I'm going to bring in the ears. I did pull up on Google a lot of pictures of pug dies or pug dogs so that I could really get kind of a color scheme for them. And that's why I chose to do the black ears and the black mouth. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it, trying to get a feel for how everything's going to go. And again, I think I had my face upside down. And I'm just going to try to darken the wrinkles in the forehead. And I've got the eyes. Now, the eyes on the pugs are really dark too, so I went ahead and went black with it. And they've got, a pretty good black circle around their eyes. And so these dies are made to look like that. And then they've got some big bulging eyes too. So you'll have some big white circular pieces for their eyes, because pug dogs have pretty big bulging eyes. So I'm going to get these laid down right in the etched spot that is on the face. And then we'll bring in, whoops, that one moved on me. And then we'll bring in the rest of the elements to the eyes and get them built up. And I really like this set. It's really a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to the Puggles Party dies. I think that'll be fun too, so I'll be getting to that soon. And my wax piece was coming unscrewed, so I had to screw that in. And I'm going to lay the big white part of their eyes on there and try to get it lined up according to the etching. And we'll just bring in some glue and get these glued down. And I put a little dot of glue on there, and it came out a little heavy, so I blotted it with my finger. And then I'm going to bring in, there's another circle die that you lay on top of the whites of the eye. And I made these black, and I'm going to lay them down on there. And there is also another smaller eyepiece that I'll put in later. Because I forget, because they're so tiny and they're laying in that tray. but I will get those added before it's all finished. And so you can see our dog is starting to come together. And I realized that I had just dry placed the ears, so I needed to get them glued down before I put my face down. So I'm just going to get them glued down and line up. And I think this is super cute. So it's Tuesday and we're back into the schedule. I will have the boys later. Their dad is off, so they're going to come a little bit later. He's got some work that he's doing around the house, and he's going to let them sleep in, and then he's going to bring them so that he can they've got some construction projects going on. They're making some big changes to their house, and he's doing the work. So the boys are going to come while Dad's at home doing the work. So when you lay the little mouthpiece down on here, it really starts to come together. Look at that. Is that not cute or what? As soon as you put that on there, it just adds so much to it. And I love dogs. I love all animals, and I think it's just really fun when you can work with them. And then I've used this Merry Christmas paper that I had picked up at Hobby Lobby and tried to cut to where the bandana says Merry Christmas on there. And I'm going to use this so that I can, further my Christmas scene here. And there also is a dog tag that's a bone and a collar for the dog as well. But since I'm using the bandana, I'm not going to use it. And it's super cute. And there is, if you watched my video yesterday, there is a larger set of glasses for this pug die as well. And you can give your pug die glasses as well. But I'm going to really Christmassy this one up. So what I'm going to do is bring in some antlers, and we're going to make him like he's dressed up as a reindeer for Christmas. And I'm just dry fitting the antlers behind his head just to see how that's going to look. And we'll get some glue on there and get them tucked in. And I can't wait to make a pug with the glasses because I think that'll be super cute. But I wanted to, since I showed you the glasses yesterday, I want to show you the antlers as part of the accessories today. And then there's also some holly leaves, and I thought it'd be fun to just add some of those to his head as well, just to kind of make it look festive and to show you those accessory pieces as well. So I'm just going to put a little glue down there. And it got a little heavy, so I'll just blot it. And then I'm going to lay these holly leaves up here. And then we'll bring in some, I used the centers there's floral pieces too to decorate these up with. And there were some smaller center pieces that I just die cut out in red, and I'm going to use them like they're holly berries. And I think this is really cute. So you can see and I'm going to bring in the sentiment too. I'm going to use the same one I used yesterday. Now I wanted to show you the other mouth. This is the smiling mouth, and you can see it has a different base and a different mouth. So if you want to make your pug look like it's smiling, you would use that particular die there. Now this is where I'm bringing in the white pieces to the eye. These are just tiny little pieces, and I actually had black pieces cut out too. But I'm going to bring in the white and just lay them on there and just kind of lighten up his eyes with these little tiny white pieces that are die cut out. And I used that piece of paper to pick up a little bit of the glue because I got a little bit too much glue down there. And we'll just lay these down in there, and that'll kind of lighten up the eye of our pug. And there we go. Now this is where I think I grab the sentiment and I get it stamped down and add it. So I'm just bringing in some more of that reddish colored cardstock that I have. And I'm just going to use my acrylic block and just stamp this up. When I stamped this yesterday, it stamped beautifully. And so I'm just going to get it laid down on there. and then we'll just trim it up and add it to our card. Now, I could have put this on the inside because we have Merry Christmas on the handkerchief or the scarf, and I could have just put this on the inside, but I do go ahead and cut it up and lay it down on the outside. And I'm just taking my scissors and doing some straight line cutting and just trimming it up because I'm going to lay it on my pug, and I don't want it to cover up a lot of my pug because I want to be sure and show as much of that as I can because there's a lot of dimension to it. So I'll just bring in a piece of foam tape and pop it up. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these large dies, and do you ever make any 5x7 cards? I don't make a lot of them, but sometimes I do want more landscape than what I have on an A2 size card, and you certainly need it for these. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.